Greetings folks, Simon here, and I've just finished live streaming with you guys of the original Final Fantasy VII, and as we were doing that, it seems Square were kind enough to release some more images of the upcoming Final Fantasy VII Remake, which somebody in chat made me aware of as I was streaming the original game, so I thought we could take a look at that at this time. Now, interestingly, I wasn't able to find Square's official posting of these images. I did find one of them that had just been shared on the Final Fantasy VII Remake Twitter feed, but not the other two, but I've managed to find all three here over at the Final Fantasy Reddit forum, so I'll leave a link to this thread in case you guys want to discuss it there. This was posted by Frocker Roker 51 minutes ago, and if we just bring these images up, as I say, there are three. These are really nice images, and again, just get me so much hyped up so much for the upcoming release next March. So the first image, we have Sephiroth standing in what I'm absolutely sure is the Shinra building. Now, this is interesting because in the original Final Fantasy VII, we have that whole section, of course, where we know that Sephiroth breaks Jenova out of containment and drags her, to escape with her, and leaves the blood on the floor and stuff. And then leaves his Masamune blade, his sword, thrust into the back of President Shinra. And it's a really awesome scene. It sets up the character. We don't actually get to see him in the flesh at that point in the original game, but it sets him up as a character. It tells us what a badass he is and what, this villain that we're going to meet later on, who he's going to be and what have you. And it's just a fantastic introduction to Sephiroth in the original game. Now, we already know that the mystery of Sephiroth is going to be handled a little bit differently in the remake, because he is going to be introduced to us in the flesh in Midgar, which never happened in the original game. So there is that change happening. But because they're doing that, they're not ashamed to show him off, it seems. And indeed, we are going to be seeing Sephiroth. It appears in the flesh during the Shinra building sequence, which makes me think there's going to be some kind of showdown with Sephiroth towards the end of the game, which finishes at the end of Midgar in the remake. And a lot of the time we've been wondering, how is the final boss battle going to be? What form is it going to take shape in? Is it just going to be motable, which seems a little bit anticlimactic for the end of an entire game? Or is it going to involve Sephiroth in some manner? And I think this screenshot here makes me definitely lean towards the latter at this stage, that Sephiroth is going to be included as a big part of the finale for next year's Final Fantasy VII Remake entry. And then we have this iconic scene here of Sephiroth walking through the flames at Nibelheim. It's, a scene that many a Final Fantasy VII fan are going to be aware of from the original game. We've already seen it in various HD forms due to, I think, Crisis Core. Maybe we had a flashback in Advent Children, I can't remember. But yeah, it is a very iconic scene, and we are going to be witnessing it again in the remake next year. And then finally, we have a bit of a contrast to the Sephiroth images. We have just this amazing atmospheric image of Tifa here at the water tower of Nibelheim. Now, this was a scene that also took place in the original Final Fantasy VII, and they've really played homage to that here with the camera angles, the setting, the nighttime feel, the blues, the whole colour palette. Everything is really harkening back to the original scene where Cloud and Tifa give that bit of exposition, and they share the memory and the promise that was made by Cloud to Tifa, where he would always come back for her. And it's great to see that that's going to be included in the remake. I didn't doubt for one moment that it wouldn't have been, but now we've got this look at it, it really does look incredible, and I cannot wait to see how it plays out. One thing that's interesting here, though, is how Tifa is fully grown. She's the normal Tifa that we've seen, the normal age Tifa that we've seen during the trailers and what have you. And you remember that during the original game, it is 5 or actually 7 years before when this promise takes place, and in the memory that's shown to us on screen in the original game, Tifa and Cloud are notably younger. So maybe Tifa has revisited Nibelheim at some point in order to evoke her own memories of the promise that Cloud made recently, perhaps before the game began or something, I'm not sure. Or perhaps this is just the start of how the memory unfolds. maybe we get to see Cloud and Tifa at their normal age, and then as the scene sets, we get to see them in their younger forms. I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but yeah, either way, this looks absolutely incredible, and I'm so hyped for the remake, guys. But which of these screenshots, or images I should say, are your favourite, and what do you think of Sephiroth, you know, appearing in the Shinra building in this way, assuming that is the Shinra building, which I think it has to be, and also if you've got any other thoughts or anything that I've missed, then please do share those down in the comments as well. But yeah, any further Final Fantasy VII Remake developments that occur, I will make sure to share those with you guys. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the video today. I'll see you next time.